Well, today is the day. It's 22 degrees. Way too cold for this Florida boy. But this is what we're doing. Well, I'm now driving back home to Florida. I just finished up about 10 days in Memphis, visiting family and friends for the holidays. And I had a great time, visiting with everyone. It's always wonderful. I've been back every year since I moved out of Tennessee, which is over 20 years now. But yeah, it was a lot of fun with friends and family, seeing everything. This time of the year, we're right on the cusp of the new year, switching over into 2026, and it's just always this time of year that makes you thoughtful and looking forward to the future, and whether you're going to do New Year's resolutions or what's the new year going to have in store. With this past week, we got, of course, the horrible news of the passing of Adam Williams, also known as Adam the Woo. And I've already put up a short video with my thoughts and feelings on that, so I'm not going to go too much into it right now. But honestly, I didn't film a lot while I was in Memphis this trip, and I have to admit that that's the reason why. I just wasn't feeling very motivated to just go out and film a lot of stuff after getting that news. That's just me. Everybody processes differently. I just wasn't feeling very motivated to do that. So for the most part, I just hung out with friends, hung out with my family, and just kind of things like that just put things in perspective. And I just didn't feel like picking up a camera for a few days, so I am filming today, obviously, and I am now, I'm somewhere in the middle of Mississippi on I-22 headed down to Florida. So I am going to break it up over a 2-day period. Normally I stay with my uncle. Not that it's really a halfway point, but it's a midway point. It's maybe 5 hours from Memphis and about 8 hours from where I live. But it's a nice break, so that's what I'm doing today. As far as I'm not staying with my uncle this trip. I just for various reasons, I've got plans on New Year's Eve, and I don't want to be doing the long day on the second day, which is how it usually happens if I stay with him. I don't want to be doing 8.5 hours on the road and then get home and immediately go out and have plans. So I'm breaking it up to where I'm going to make it back to probably the panhandle of Florida tonight, and then get up tomorrow and have about 5 hours, 4.5 hours back home. That'll give me a little bit more time to get reacclimated and rest up a little bit before I go out for the plans. For the new year, I do plan to continue doing videos. Brooke and I will continue documenting our travels, doing our vlogs. I'll do the Disney trips, and I'll do the vacations and whatever else it is that I find interesting enough to film and post. As everyone knows, I'm not a daily vlogger. I've never had any interest in just documenting every single day, but I just like to at least document the things I find interesting and the things I think other people will find interesting. But I just I'm looking forward to a few things in the new year. I don't usually make New Year's resolutions, but I do have a few things I want to address, and those have to do with some sort of health issues, which I have discussed on this channel before. It's the good news about my health issues is that it's not a terminal condition. It's not a progressive condition even. I've had about the same exact symptoms for 4 years now. They do not get worse. They just stay about the same. They do come and go randomly. The doctors and I have yet to really figure out a lot of what's going on. We've got a lot of it figured out, but still trying to work on some treatments that will help, and hopefully some of the ideas I have right now I'll put into place starting in January, and that will help moving forward. I hope. So again, nothing terminal. It's not cancer. It's anything like that. It's just something that's very uncomfortable and just, again, comes and goes, and sometimes just stays for long periods of time, and it's can be very, very uncomfortable for long stretches of time, and I just want to try and get that addressed. So yeah, that's basically what's going on today. I'm just driving along. Like I said, I'll probably be in the car about a good 8.5 hours today. I've already been here, I guess, about 2 hours. I left Memphis about 2 hours ago. I just passed Tupelo, the entrance to Tupelo back there, and that's kind of another thing that got me thinking about Adam, is that he was born in, for those of you who don't know, he was born in Tupelo, Mississippi, along with another very famous person, Elvis Presley. But it just made me think again of Adam. And, I've been watching the tribute videos, and I've been watching, all of his friends posting, and it's been great. It's been a really emotional week for a lot of people dealing with his passing, very, very unexpected passing. And, I just don't know how YouTube's going to be for me moving forward, not as far as how I put out content, but how I perceive YouTube, if that makes any sense. I had this constant video every single day for years from Adam, and now that's gone, and it's never coming back. So that's just going to be a little bit different. But no, specifically, some of the most heartfelt tributes I noticed were from the Daphne Show, as well as German in Venice in particular. Those really kind of spoke to me and meant a lot. But everybody's tributes have been great. They have been really, really meaningful, and I really appreciate them taking the time to share a lot of those memories that happened when the cameras were turned off. That's very nice of them. Adam used to do all these videos that he used to call walk and talks, days when he wouldn't go out and film content, where he was actually out doing something. He would just grab a coffee and walk around Lake Reinhardt there in Celebration, and just chit chat about upcoming things and thoughts on life and all that. So I guess this is my version of that. I guess it's a ride and talk. So that's basically what this video is gonna be. It's more introspection for me, I guess, than anything else. So I'm sure most people watching this right now may find this a little bit boring and not interesting, but this is just one of those kind of videos I have to do every once in a while. I don't do them often, but once every year and a half or so, I'll do one like this. But next thing I need to get is coffee. Like I said, I've been on the road for 2 hours and I haven't got a coffee yet. So I think when I'm nearing, relatively nearing Birmingham, still got about an hour, I think. But when I get up around there, I'm probably going to stop and grab a coffee and perk myself up a little bit. So don't mean for this video to be a downer, but just got a few things on my mind talking about that. So thanks for watching anyway, and we are gonna just keep rolling on down the road. I've stopped for gas in Pelham, Alabama, just a little ways south of Birmingham, in between Birmingham and Montgomery, but a lot closer to Birmingham. I'm gonna grab a bite to eat, some snacks, maybe a water for the road, and a coffee, which I still haven't had yet. And get on my way. It is warmer than it was, but still cold. It's about 38 degrees right now. So definitely still a little chilly. Welcome to Pelham. I'm stopping here at Jack's for a burger. They're really good. I've found that I believe they're just regional to the southeast. So yeah, I think this place is this chain rather is local to the southeast. I've only ever seen them in Alabama. I don't even think I've seen them in Georgia. I've seen them in Alabama, and I know I've seen one up in Jackson, Tennessee, but nowhere else. But they have really good cheeseburgers, so that's about all I got. Just one regular cheeseburger, nothing, no fries or anything to go with it, really. But yeah, should be good. It's time to get back on the road now. Making decent time. It feels like it's going faster than it has or did when I came down. That's for sure. That's always good. And I got this, which is always a necessity. Seriously though, these are really good little burgers. And check them out if you're ever in the area and you see a Jack's. Really good. Just south of Montgomery, Alabama, heading through one of the southern suburbs, about to head on to, because basically from here until I get into Florida, I'm on state highways, because there's no direct connection on an interstate between Montgomery and I-10 down in Florida. So I'm about to be on state highways, which I actually technically am now, and I'm about to head down for the next couple hours until I get to I-10 in Florida. Montgomery, this is the place I used to stay. This is what basically used to be the middle point for me. When I used to stay, when I wasn't staying with my uncle, I would come this way and stay and stop off here in Montgomery. But today, like I mentioned earlier, I just wanted to go a little bit further down into, at least get into the panhandle of Florida to make my trip tomorrow even shorter. I made it to Troy, Alabama. Just passing through. Next stop after this is Dothan. And then not long after that, I'll be crossing the state line into Florida. Now I stopped at a Love's to get gas and some water, a few necessities for the room later. And I'm actually just north of Dothan, Alabama. So I've got a little bit, still about 2 hours to go to get to my particular destination tonight. But it hadn't been too bad, honestly. You know, some days, like when I was driving up to Memphis on the first day, it just felt like it took absolutely forever. I didn't feel like I was ever going to get there. And yet today, the longer portion of the 2 days, it just seems like it's gone pretty quickly. So, I mean, it's long, don't get me wrong, but, you know, I'm tired, but it just doesn't feel like I've been in the car, you know, as long as I have. I've been in the car, I guess, about 6 hours now. And like I said, with about 2 hours to go, so that's where we are. Well, I have made it back into Florida. Still a long way to go. Not today necessarily, but I think I only have about an hour, a little over an hour and 10 minutes to get to the hotel I'm staying in tonight, but still about 5 hours from home. But yeah, it'll make for a shorter day tomorrow, which was the plan all along, so I'm good with that. And hopefully it'll be a little bit warmer than what I left. Made it to the hotel. Gonna get checked in and then probably go grab a bite to eat. All right, here's the room. Got some rather strong spotlight type lights up here. It's kind of an interesting lighting, but looks very clean and nice. Very good, very good. And of course the restroom, door, my shadow, a fridge, microwave, ice bucket, ironing board with iron, etc. All right, there we go. So I found a Firehouse Subs that was just a couple miles away. So this is one of my favorites. So I'm going here for dinner. Like I said, I love a good Firehouse sub. My favorite, my go-to is the turkey bacon ranch. Right here, got the pickle spear there. Get that out of the way. All right. Got some hockey going on the computer. And then some football on the TV. Gonna jump into this and apparently I can't talk anymore. All right, so gonna wrap up the night with this and then get some sleep and hit the road again tomorrow. In case I haven't mentioned it, I'm actually in Tallahassee. I'm not sure if I kept saying I was going back to Florida, but I wasn't sure where. But anyway, I stopped at a hotel in Florida. Or there I go again, Tallahassee. Anyway, I'm in Tallahassee. So yeah, that's basically it for day one of the road trip. And I will pick this up tomorrow morning. it is still cold. That much is for sure. It's about 30 degrees. So warmer than it was in Memphis, but not by a lot. But it's not brutal, but wow, it's chilly. Time to get on the road. I'm gonna probably grab a coffee somewhere and then get back on the road. Got about 5, maybe 4.5, 5 more hours today. Depending on how many times I stop. Okay, the first necessity is taken care of. Now to get back out onto the road. So I ended up deciding to take a backroads way that I've never taken before because I got, like I said, plenty of time to get back today, and actually I had less distance to cover today than I thought. According to the GPS, the way I was going to go with the main interstates, it was only have taken me a little over 3.5 hours, if that, actually, a little short of 3.5 hours. So I decided, while this may take another 45 additional minutes, I like to take state highways. Well, I've decided to take this route. So I'm going to be taking the state route way for a little while. So I just stopped at a place called Cross City, Florida. Never been here before. Like I said, I've never been down this state highway, which is Highway 19. Getting back in my car now. So I had no idea that this place was going to be so big. I just wanted to stop and get some gas and then run in and use the restroom. And so I pull into this place, get gas, go inside, and then it's massive, as I showed in the video there. It's just huge, this huge place. But the other ironic thing about it is that you think a place that massive would have this big walk-in restroom. It had just a single seater, so it was kind of weird that from the outside it looks like a small place, but you go in and it's massive. Then the restrooms are teeny tiny, so kind of strange. But I'm gonna get back on the road now, and I've still got about maybe 2.5 hours. But I'm making good time, and it's a nice, more relaxing drive than being on the interstate, so not bad. So, some more rambling by me. This is actually as I'm recording this, it's December 31st, 2025. So we're in the last day of 2025, and tomorrow starts a brand new year. Not that all that much really changes, I guess. Just gets different. So 2025 was an interesting year. I've already talked about some of it, but another unfortunate death that occurred this year that impacted me. Again, celebrity death, not someone that I was personally friends with or anything like that, but that was back in October, was Ace Frehley, the lead guitarist and founding member of KISS. That one hit me pretty hard, just because I've been a fan of the band for over 50 years now, and he was always my favorite member, and I loved his guitar playing. I loved his style. One of the reasons I picked up a guitar myself way back 45 years ago or whatever. Anyway, I hate that we lost Ace. It's definitely a loss to not only the music community but the world. He was a great guy. I managed to meet him several times over the years. Saw him countless times in concert, not only with KISS but as a solo artist. Probably as a solo artist, I probably saw him at least 12, 15 times, and with KISS I saw him about 10 times. And just always a really nice guy. Like I said, I met him several times, probably, if I had to put a number on it, maybe 5 or 6 times over the years. And the last time, the most recent time I met him was in I think it was July, yeah, of 2017. But yeah, met him backstage at a meet and greet. Had a great time. Got a few items signed. Got a photo with him. So it was great. But anyway, that was just another one of those things that in 2005, a death that impacted me. For some reason, this year's been fraught with that. And then the most recent being Adam the Woo, who just passed just over a week ago, which still feels like a gut punch. So here's to hopefully a happier start to 2026. So I noticed on the map as I'm heading south here on 19 that I will eventually get through a place called Crystal City. And ironically, I've wanted to go to Crystal City for a few years now, just never made it over there. What happened there was, what that's at least famous in my world for, is that back in 1961, Elvis filmed a movie there, Follow That Dream. And I've always just wanted to go see the sites and the filming locations there. I'm not going to do a lot of that today. Like I said, I'm just going to be trying to get home today mostly. But it'll be neat to see if I can see anything on my route through the city. So I'm now in Inverness, Florida, and that courthouse there used to be the courthouse for this area. It is now a historic location and a museum, and it was inside this courthouse where they filmed the court scene in Elvis's movie Follow That Dream, filmed here in 1961. The filming locations were all around the area, everything from Crystal River to Ocala to here in Inverness, and a few other places as well. I've wanted to come down here for a while and do a filming locations video. I'm not doing a full location video today, of course. I'm just taking in this particular spot since I'm going past it. Okay, that was very cool. Finally glad I got to see that. It's still a little chilly out, nothing like it was, just a nice, cool, crisp wind in the air. It's about, I don't know, mid 50s, low 50s probably. But really nice. I love this fountain too. Really nice. This is a really cool little town. I'll definitely like to come back and check it out one day. Well, I got back to the house several hours ago, and I completely forgot to do a wrap-up video for the vlog. So that's what I'm doing now. Thanks for watching the trip back home to Florida from Tennessee, And I really appreciate you guys very much. And here's to a better, hopefully, 2026. And until next time, we're done here.